Hello all, in this video we are going to see about Swift variables. If you are new to programming language or if you are new to Swift, you can continue this video. If you are somehow familiar with Swift and want to learn more about the iOS development, you can have a look into Swift UI series. I've attached the URL in the description. We all know that for the basic calculations or data manipulations, the information has to be stored in some memory location. Consider adding two numbers. So if we have two numbers like 2 and 4, we are adding these two numbers and storing that value in a new memory locations. Consider this as a series of memory locations. We have two numbers here, 2 and 4, stored in the memory locations 1001 and 1002. After adding these two numbers, we are storing that into the another memory location, that is 1003. For easy understanding, I have stored each number in a single memory location. But in all cases, it is not like that. Sometimes the data will be stored in multiple memory locations. For example, if the data is more than 1 byte, so it cannot be stored in the same memory location. It will be stored in a series of locations. In that cases, it will be very difficult to refer the memory locations. Think about the real life scenario. In a city, we have many number of houses. If we are naming the houses only with the numbers, it is very difficult to reach there. So that we have street names, location names, and different names so that we can reach the house easily. Similarly, here we are naming the memory locations so that we can easily refer them. Now I have named the memory locations as like A, B, C, like that. Now we can refer the memory location with these names like A plus B is equal to C. Here it adds the number in A and number in B and stores the added value in the location C. These names A, B, C or whatever we are naming the memory location, that is called variables. When it comes to Swift, variables are created with the keywords let and where. Let's go ahead and create a variable. Open the Xcode, File, New, and create a new playground. Here select blank and click Next, My Playground. So this is our playground. Here we can create and use the variables. Consider we are having a variable. Here I am using the keyword let. I am assigning the value to A, that is 5, and creating another variable B, 3. I am adding two variables. B. So here you can see the values are assigned here. In the A we have 5, in the B we have 3, in the C as we have added 5 and 3 we have 8 here. Let is a constant. When you declare a variable with let, the value cannot be changed, but with where the value can be changed. Let's see this with examples so that you can understand them. In our previous example, we created a variable with let keyword. Consider I am changing the value of A now. It says the value cannot be changed as we used a let. Now I am changing it to where. So the value is changed now. So when I assigned it, it has a value 5, and now you can see here the value is 6 now. Let's first understand what is declaring and initializing a variable. Declaring a variable is nothing but allocating a memory for a particular data type, whereas initializing a variable is giving an initial value to the variable. Now we can conclude that with let we can initialize a value only once and it cannot be changed anywhere. With variable we can change the value of a variable any number of times. Next is data type. Data type is nothing but a type of data stored in a variable. In Swift, we have many number of data types. Some of them are int, string, and double. There is no need to remember everything now. You can get used to it when you use them. Let's try few examples with data types. Here I have declared integer a, that is 5. Let me create another variable with the string data type. Here the first variable is integer type and here it takes as a data type as string. In Swift, when we declare a variable and initialize it at the same time, there's no need to mention the data type. For example, I am not using a data type here. That is, I am not mentioning what type of data it is. But Swift automatically infers that name is a John as we are giving a string data here. Just press command and see quick help. It automatically takes the name as string variable. Similarly, I am not giving it as integer. When you command and click show help and it automatically takes the integer value. Similarly, I am declaring a variable with double data. So when you check the quick help here, it takes it as a double value. But consider if you have a integer data at first, but later it may have double data, means you need to mention the data type here. So even after we are used the integer value here, it takes the double data type. Finally, the naming conventions, that is how to name a variable. In Swift, there are certain rules to create a variable names, that are it should not start with a number. It should only start with the alphabet or underscore. After the first character, we can include the digits. As I said before, we can have a underscore in between or in the beginning of the variable name, and it is a case sensitive. Once you used a small case in while declaring, you cannot use a uppercase while using the variable, and the keywords are not allowed in naming a variable. For example, that the keywords we used let and where are reserved for a Swift programming and it cannot be used as a variable name. Let's see what happens if we don't follow this rules. The first rule is it should not start with a number. Let me create a variable with starting with number. So it says n is not a valid digit in an integer literal. That is, it is not considering it as a variable name. Next is we can have a number after the first character. So let me change it. So if I use a number after the first character or in the last, so it is considering it as a variable now. Next is we can include an underscore anywhere in the variable name. First I am starting with the underscore, so it is taking, or somewhere in between or in the end, so we can use the underscore anywhere. Next is we should not use a keyword for creating the variable name. Let me create a variable name with a Swift keyword class. So it says keyword class cannot be used as an identifier here. Finally, variable names are case sensitive. I am creating a variable name with a smaller case. but while using it, I am using a uppercase. So it says it cannot find name in a scope. This concludes that variable name is a case sensitive one. Hope you all understand what Swift variables are. In the next video, we will see what methods are. Please do subscribe so that you will not miss any videos. If you have any doubts or one-to-one training, please send us an email that I have given in the description. Also, I have given the URL for SwiftUI series. Please have a look into that. See you in the next video. Bye.